Hey, what's up guys? This is your boy Travis back again here at Big Boy Toy Reviews, and today we are taking a look at another snail shell figure. This time we are taking a look at, I assume her name is Muse. Asdo? You got me. But this is the nun, basically is what she is. She is a typical looking nun. You know how nuns usually dress. This is usually how nuns typically look. But they're right out the gate. She does have some some visual aspects to her that are quite prominent, I should say, clearly. But other than that, she looks pretty good. If we can get a closer look at her face. So, really cute face. She does have the moving eye gimmick that most snail shell figures do. She has two little crosses there. She also has two really nice cuffs on her wrist there as well. Also two really nice rings around her arm there. I like the way that looks. And it does, her little stockings here, they are kind of skin tone, like you can almost, as if they were see-through. So they do have some kind of shading on there that they're using to make these look like they might be like sheer leggings. Then her little toesies, her little feetsies. Hair is really cute. Again, they're doing the butts weird like this. I hate this butt design. I absolutely hate it. But that's another butt for another day. Well, yeah. And then obviously she has some gigantic titties. And no, you cannot take this piece off. She doesn't have any nipples under there from what I have heard. So yeah, but she looks pretty good. It's not a whole lot going on with this figure. I mean, she was made to do exactly what she's doing right now, and it's to look like a sexy ass nun with gigantic titties. And that is being pulled off as far as I can see. So yeah, anyway, that's it for the aesthetics. Let's go ahead and take a look at her accessories. Okay, and here she is with all here are all her accessories, not here she is with all her accessories. You have her little habit. You got a little piece that goes around her neck. You got the book. I guess this is a Bible. It's a little sacrilegious here with this chick. Then we got the closed version. We have a closed eye face, a belt, and then we have this kind of cross staff or something. She reminds me of, like, if it said on the box, it does say RPG02, so she must be a healer. I would assume that she's like a healer on an RPG. And then all her hands. So you got a staff holding hand, this kind of closed hand, and a couple of more open hands. Actually, this is another staff holding hand. And then she has this one hand just for that one side. Not quite sure why you only get one side with that hand, unless I'm missing something. But yeah, that is it for her accessories. They're really cool. This cross is done very nicely. I do dig that a lot. Same thing with the books. You can see the little writing in it. Very nicely painted. Has a hole in it because one of the hands actually has a little thing there. Actually, both of these hands do, so you can simulate holding the book like so. So you can have that, or you can hold both of them. So there's the closed version has a hole as well. And then I believe that the belt here has a hole, I would assume, also to hold the Bible or whatever this is supposed to be. So that's cool too. So yeah, functional, very, very functional. I think to get this in her hands are pretty soft, so you don't really have to, I don't think you have to be able to pull this apart to slide her hands in, because it'll probably just mold into her hands once you try to put it in there. But yeah, very, very nicely painted. Love that. But yeah, that is it for accessories. Okay, so for articulation, she does have a double kind of ball peg thing going on in the neck, but the way that they have it set in the back, actually no, it's just a hinge, it's not a ball peg, but there is like a ball peg in the back of the neck, really just used for twisting like this. So if you want to, it's for the purposes of the side to side, because they're using a hinge for most of the articulation. So she can look down. Her face does seem to want to come off. Hair is pretty soft for the most part. This little piece on her head can pop out. It was out when I opened her, but it's really soft up here. It just went right back into the hole, so that's pretty good. Looking up is definitely not going to be a thing. And then, like I said, you can utilize some side-to-side action there. Shoulders up that high. Bicep swivel here where that is. Obviously, you can spin it all the way around. No butterfly joints here. The arm will just pop off if you try. Her boobs are too big anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Over 90 degrees with that double jointed elbow. Your typical ball hinge situation here. And she does have some articulation there in the wrist. I'm not quite sure what she has going on there, but I said, well, it came out. So, but yep, let's see, get that back in there. Yep. So for her torso, obviously all this twisting is probably going to be here at the top, if there's going to be any. Yeah. So that's about it for twisting. Looking back, you're not really going to get anything going. Crunching forward is not really going to happen either. And then side to side, she's really, really stiff. They should have probably made these a soft piece instead. So really, you're just going to get your spinning out of that, which a lot of that spinning is actually happening here at the waist. Now, if you incorporate the waist, you can get her bent over a little bit, but nothing in the diaphragm. You're not really going to get any in the diaphragm. Your thigh swivel is here at this line where the stockings are. Pretty good splits, not too bad. Kicking forward, pretty good. Then kicking backwards, it's not going to happen because of the butt cheeks. Over 90 degrees with that double jointed knee, which is really nice. Then up that far, down that far, and then you do get an ankle rocker, and you can break her ankles, because it's the way that the hinge works. You can spin. So yeah, I mean, pretty like regular to somewhat mediocre articulation, but I would imagine that she would be doing a whole lot of posing with this chick. Like I said, if it's supposed to be like an RPG, she's probably a healer, so she's not really meant to be agile or anything. So yeah, that is it for articulation. Now, I did get the optional add-on part of her feet, so we can take a look at that really quick. Let's go ahead and get this thing open. Where is my handy-dandy knife? And it's a very dull knife, unfortunately. Let's see if we can. They went on ahead and taped 3 points here. I can't find my good knife. So let's try to get this open. Come on, knife. Thank you. It's just some feet. Like, don't make a big deal out of it. Okay. See if we can slide these up. slide it off this card. There we go. So we got the feet. We have the feet. Oops. Probably should have did this in accessories, but I kind of forgot. So you kind of get some like little curled toes here. Let's get closer real quick. You got like some little curled up toes type of deal thingy going on here. Then let's see if I can grab two of the same. They're not quite the same, but here's one just flat. Then we got one kind of on her tiptoes. So here's the other, yeah, there's the other flat one. And then another tiptoes one. Yeah, a couple of more tiptoesy ones. So yeah, that's the optional hand pieces, or optional hand part, or not hand, optional feet parts. Let's see how they work. So that comes out pretty easy. Let's see if we can find the correct foot. I'll use the flat feet. And bam, they just pop in like that. And they do match. They look like they are sheer as well. Whoops. And let's do another flat foot here. And there we go. So yeah, the hinge, the ankle hinge is a bit unsightly. Whoops. That ain't supposed to happen. Get that back in there. Yeah, it is a bit unsightly and large and chunky, so I don't really like that. It's functional, but it's way too big in my opinion. But yeah, there she is with her bare feet, and she can probably stand a little bit better with her bare feet. Now I'm most likely going to have her on a stand, and she does. I forgot to show that in the accessories too. She does come with a stand. Let's see if we can get her to stand. While I show you that. Here we go. Come on, stand for me. Okay, we'll just deal with this. Okay, that snap. We'll deal with that later. Here is the stand. So it's kind of your typical claw type hands, and then you got your eye mover gimmick there. And you get some extra wrist pegs if you break something. So yeah, typical Snail shell stand. Nothing to write home about. Let me get her back together and I'll be right back. Okay, before we actually get into comparisons, I did take a look at the website and I noticed that you can take off her clothes. And apparently in the first run, you get these little nipple cover things. Now, there's nothing there anyway but holes. So let me get these off. You can see they're just holes. So there's no nipples or anything there anyway. But to simulate like you are covering up some nipples, you get these little nipple cover things. And so yeah, you can take her clothes completely off. And that's how she looks with all her clothes off. So anyway, let's get to the comparisons, as you can see. Alrighty, so here she is next to a couple of Figmas. We have Arteria Pendragon. Which one was she? I think I don't know if she's Saber in this video game version of her. And then we have Kusanagi. I think this is Detective Kusanagi, right? Maybe. I could be wrong. But from Snail or Ghost in the Shell. But yeah, here she is next to some Figma. She is a little bit taller than these girls, but she looks good next to them. Moving on. And here she is next to some other Snail Shell / maybe Hasuki figures. So yeah, this is probably a good group to go in. But other third-party figures here. But she looks good with them as well. Okay, so to wrap things up. Yeah, just another waifu figure for the shelf. That's really all it is. I have really no other reason to even have this figure. She looks good. She is getting the stand into her back. There's a little hole there. Is kind of annoying. Joints are a bit on the loose-ish side. I don't like that very much, but she poses well. Her presence is very, very nice. So I like it. I really do. As I do most snail shell figures. I mean, they are the waifu company. So anyway, if you are a person that just wants a big titty nun, waifu nun, then go ahead and snatch her up. So I think she's still probably available. She wasn't on Hobby Link Japan, but she might be available still other places. So take a look and see if you can find her if you want her. Anyway, that is it for the review. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And until next time, peace.